Hello and welcome to TECHNOPHILE, where we follow week after week the life of technology and how technology is actually changing our lives. As usual, we are with Francis Pisani. Hello, Francis.
Hi.
Let's start with Facebook. As you know, a French tribunal has backed a company, which fired 3 of its employees. Why? Because they were criticizing their bosses on Facebook. What do you think of what happened?
So first,
here in Paris?
What happened is this: one Saturday in 2008 at midnight, one said, "Welcome to the nefarious club." And nefarious, why? Because they had been accused of being nefarious by the company. So this is the first. This is the first thing. Then the company, a friend of them. Gave the information.
Here they are.
Here they are. A friend of them gave the information to the company bosses, and they were fired. The tribunal said that because it was on Facebook, and their wall on Facebook, and that their wall was accessible by the friends of their friends, then it was public. The labor law says you can criticize your boss in private, not in a restaurant, in a public space. So it is coherent with labor law.
And for us, Facebook users, that's very interesting. We should make the difference between the wall and the private messages we send to each other.
Absolutely. There are 2 aspects. First, this one, which I think is a coherent one, not a bad one. And second, the fact, which I dislike, that they did not recognize the use of smileys, emoticons, as a gesture of humor.
Because there was a smiley on the
Exactly.
initial message.
They said, "Welcome to the nefarious club,"
Smiley.
with the smiley. So they did not recognize that, which is not a recognition of the language proper to the internet. Now, some people say, and I tend to agree with them, that it is a good thing, that this decision is a good thing. I don't think from the labor law perspective, because it's always very good to be able to criticize your boss. And I remember in Japan 20 years ago, 15 years ago, there was a practice. You had the boss head at the entrance of the company, and you could hit him or hit, and then you could feel better and go along. So criticizing the boss is not a bad thing. Now, what is important is that we must acknowledge that Facebook is actually public, or at least the wall on Facebook is actually public, more so if we don't pay attention to who has access to our wall.
And be very careful about that. Let's move to browsers. A lot of viewers are asking you, Francis Pisani, which browser should we use?
So that was a question which was asked on our Technophile page in French for now. We'll have one in English at some point. So I don't accept the notion that there is a good one and a bad one. I think that it's a matter of preferences and of
most of people use Internet Explorer.
So the big one is Internet Explorer. It was 60% of the market share in October 2009. It's now 50%. It went down.
It's going
10%,
down.
and this is going to show you the evolution. So this is Internet Explorer. Firefox, which is the open source browser, which I like, and it's the one I use. Mozilla is about 30%, according to the investigations. And the third one, which is important, is now Google Chrome, which has passed the 10% market share.
Kind of taking off.
So there was a very interesting PC Mag investigation study a few months ago, 2 months ago, which said that Chrome was better for the interface, and I can show you mine here, that Chrome and for speed, security, that Firefox was better for the capacity of using many extensions, which is the reason for which I use it. What is important to acknowledge too is that this is changing. First, there is competition, so there are new things. We have to pay attention to that. We should all of us should have 2 or 3 browsers and use them.
Is that the case? You have several browsers?
I have always Safari because I am a Mac user, Chrome because I'm interested in its progression.
But mostly Firefox.
Mostly Firefox today.
Let's move to Kinect. How do you pronounce it? Kinect or Kinect?
Kinect, as far as I
This
can tell.
Microsoft thingy, that this device that.
So
about
Kinect
movement.
is an extension, is a peripheral for the Xbox 360, and it moves. We have showed it in a previous show. We have shown that it obeys your gestures and the voice. But what is funny and very interesting, it opens a new era, and some engineers have decided to use it in a different manner.
Totally unexpected. Look at these images. What do we see here? What are we
So
seeing?
we see what we call in French Chinese shadows, which is a woman who is actually moving a gesture in front of the camera. And
Kinect is detecting her moves
exactly.
and reproducing through this, what is it, a puppet?
And so a puppet, a virtual puppet. And
nice.
so what you see is on the top corner and the left-hand side, the movement of the arm. The representation is showing with his finger under. And so this is how it detects the movement. And below that, you have the puppet, which is actually moving. You will see many, many funny things with this Kinect invention.
An open door to creativity. Now is the time for your pick of the week, Francis.
My pick of the week is Kinet.org.
No.
Kiva.org. So Kiva.org is a company, a non-profit company, which lends money, which allows people with a little bit of money to lend something to people with small needs.
How it looks.
So first, this is the page. You can go to Kiva. You can go to the land side, and there are 1,000 projects at this time. You want to choose. You go, for instance, to this map. You pick a country and you pick a project you're interested, or you can close the map and you can select by agriculture if you're interested, food, health, housing, and so on. You see this woman in Mongolia, for instance, she has asked for $2,000. You can see how much she has got, what is her profile, which is put online by the actual microfinancing local organization. She asked for 2,000. She has got 925, and you can give as little as $25 or as much as the whole money which is asked for.
And it is called?
It is called Kiva.org.
Kiva.org. Thank you very much, Francis, and thank you for watching. We'll meet you here next week for another edition of TECHNOPHILE.